Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. I'd like to thank you for joining us today so we can talk a little bit more about what makes us different and special. I'll go through a little bit of an explanation, and then we'll pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO. He'll go over a back-end demo of how everything actually works on the back end, and then we'll close it out with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager, with 28 years of experience to bring it all together in the traditional sense. Let me start by sharing my screen here. So hopefully most of you have checked out this page, which goes over a little bit of info about how it works, but let me explain a little bit more. Obviously myself, Kyle, we come from more of a marketing and technology background, building different softwares and systems and spending millions of dollars on leads on different lead platforms. So we're all about unlimited leads powered by our proprietary software for CRM, POS, LOS, all built in together along with AI. So Kyle will show you how all that works. But just know that we're all about building a platform for you guys to push your leads through our proprietary system here. So what makes us different, as I mentioned, we are non-delegated correspondent, and we want to set you guys up with the tools to grow your business from what you're already doing. So again, we come from a technology background. We want to give you a platform, the tools to expand from what you're already building, whether that's plugging into our company leads or getting your own self-generated leads by using our systems to capture more leads. We want to make sure we can empower you with those tools. So how do we do that? So first off, the business model. So I mentioned a couple times, non-delegated correspondent. We've built this model in all the different platforms, FDIC Bank, Broker, Non-Del, and Del, and we found that non-delegated is the best. We're approved with over 120 lenders and investors. What that means is we can do brokered or correspondent for our borrowers, whatever is best for our borrowers. Typically, that's going to be correspondent when we have over 5,000 loan programs for us as the lender when we're the correspondent lender with our 34 correspondent investors and banks. And that's because the correspondent pricing is always going to beat the broker pricing when we're funding loans with our own money, doing the docs with our own law firm, and taking all that risk that comes with funding the loans. Now, if there's any reason we can't fund a loan with our own programs, we have over 110 wholesale lenders we work with for anything that's outside the box or specialty that we can't fund with our own money. So what that means for you guys, we have every loan program that exists. All the stuff that's standard we can fund with our own correspondent lines, VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, all that kind of great stuff. Once we start getting into commercial, fix and flip, ground up construction, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, all the kind of niche products, we want to make sure we partner with a broker outlet that offers those products. And we also have the AI built in. We call our AI assistant Calvin, the AI loan officer assistant, to help push your loan from start to finish, giving you little tips and tricks every single day, and all kinds of cool stuff Kyle will show you here in a second. Now, how does the technology work? Again, Kyle will show you a demo, but let's just go over the general aspects here. Everything starts with the website. So what you're seeing here is kind of the base, but it starts with the website, built in with the AI, POS, CRM, LOS, all built in together. What this is built for us, by us, for you guys, by us. One login for you, one login for your customers, no matter which one of the 120 plus outlets we use or 5,000 plus loan programs we use. So your prospects can instantly come from name, email, phone number, just the basics, to pulling their own rates, completing their own 1003, pulling their own credit. Those liabilities get pulled in, synced into Encompass instantly without you doing anything. We also have our integration with our rate quotes with over 5,000 loan programs for all the stuff we fund in-house. And once you quote with those in-house programs, you get automated requotes as the rates go up and down, as you guys all know, definitely happening a lot in this market. So how do we do all this? With our API integrations. So we have over 50 API integrations. As I mentioned before, Encompass, we use Encompass as our system, but you don't have to log into Encompass. You can just click the buttons in the CRM that correspond. Same thing with Optimal Blue. We use Optimal Blue for pricing, industry standard. However, you don't need to have a login or anything. You just click the button. Meridian Link for instant credit checks. Just click the button. Account check, VOA, VOI, VOE. Just click the button. Appraisal Works, 5 AMCs. Click a button. You get the point here. Everything is just a click of a button away in one system, one login for you guys. We also have our instant business cards and flyers, so you can plug in instantly, put your face in the system, put your profile picture in there, then you'll instantly have a business card with your picture on it, flyers with your picture on it instantly that you can start promoting. And you can capture the website users with no form required. So once people start browsing your site, you can even capture those leads just to see if people are in the market. And again, once you plug into the system, you can automate your social media posting as well. So once your picture is in the system and it's on all of the flyers, that will start posting for you and generating leads for you with your custom link. We also have our Calvin AI built in for dual Oz. Lots of systems have dual Oz. We also run that by our AI analysis to see which option will be best for the borrower. And we also have our development staff on hand to do new features. Every week we release something new. So if you guys have any requests, you can definitely make those for the team. And one of the final sections here, the training and support. Definitely in all the different models, we found that being remote-based definitely takes a lot of training and support, which a lot of places lack. So since we're remote-based, we want to make sure you guys have all the tools and resources at the click of a button. So typically that's going to be in our remote training center where we have all the courses where you can take those 24/7, 365, anytime you need to take some trainings. Then we have a large library of podcast style trainings. 5 days a week, we do live rate show trainings with different topics. We also do loan officer trainings on different actual like loan topics, setting up loans. And we do sales trainings to talk about different ways to generate more leads. So all of those are accessible at all times. We also have our Zoom support room. So again, we're remote, but we want to make sure we get face-to-face with you guys still. So Monday through Friday, during business hours, you can pop in there and take over your screen, click the buttons, do whatever you need to do. We also have our knowledge center with not only stuff from us, but all of our partners. So tips, tricks, guidelines, matrices, all kinds of articles. At, again, the click of a button, you can search all of those in once. And our AI is programmed for compliance. So our Calvin Compliance AI can search all the federal and states we're licensed in instantly to give you some tips and tricks on compliance. And the final part here, just some categories that don't fit in the other categories. We love to close our DSCR business purpose loans. We can do that in 44 states total for different categories of loans, meaning you can expand your footprint without necessarily having to get new state licenses. We have all kinds of different ways we generate leads for our team here. It's simple 50-50 split. Talk about that here in a second. We want to make sure you guys can plug in and generate leads at scale. So whether that's setting up your own campaigns and using some of our campaigns that are already set up, or if you already have your own campaigns, no problem. You can grab the webhook and import those into the system instantly. There's always a button if you need to refer a deal to another loan officer on the team. Maybe you don't have the license in that state. Maybe it's your spouse and you have a conflict of interest. No problem. Maybe you have never done fix and flip loan before. You want to learn about that. Click the button, team up with one of your team members. You can still earn 75 basis points on that loan, which is pretty amazing. We are a lender, so we can't get instant payroll always on our files where we're the lender, but there is an instant payroll feature available for those that need to take advantage of it, that are used to the broker cadence. No monthly fees, no desk fees, no technology fees, no fees there of any kind. Want to make sure it's very straightforward for everybody. And one of the cool things we do every year, we have a VIP retreat here in Miami, a yacht party, and all kinds of different cool things we do for our team members. Since we don't get to see everybody face to face at least once per year, we do the event here in Miami and pay for the hotel room for anybody on the team closing loans. Again, the replay is here, so feel free to catch up on that. Let's check out the compensation plans. We zoom out the touch so we can fit it all on the screen. All right, so first up for compensation, senior loan officer plan, everybody's drawn to that. We want to get everybody upgraded here. Definitely is a unique business model we have where we do broker and correspondent at the same time, whatever's best for our borrowers. So it takes a little bit of skill. Once you're up and running, 225 basis points on conventional non-QM. That's the stuff we're all used to. 2.25% is what that corresponds to. And again, simple 50-50 split. So 112.5 basis points on any company leads for conventional non-QM, all the stuff we're used to. For our senior loan officers, they're going to obviously receive everything that everybody else does, but also these other features as well. They're going to be the receivers of the referrals. So when a team member maybe doesn't have the state or maybe doesn't have the knowledge on that loan type, they're going to click that button and team up with you. So you're not only getting a client that's ready to go, but you're getting a teammate that's going to help you close that loan. So those are obviously not just leads, referrals. Obviously, no restrictions on different lead sources. So you'll see all kinds of different things like I was about to show you. Obviously, no restrictions once you're a senior loan officer. For those that are rocking and rolling, 25 basis point monthly bonus for anything over 2 million. Again, we want to build a system and a platform for you guys to expand on. So if you're really rocking and rolling, this should work out great for you. Get as much comp back as we can. And if you want to teach others, we have an opportunity to join up as a team leader where you can help structure and disclose loans for your teammates and earn up to an extra 25 basis points on those loans for helping get those together for your teammates. Now, to be a senior loan officer, again, it takes some experience to do broker and correspondent at the same time. So we want to make sure you've closed at least 6 loans, hopefully a couple of each, so you understand both worlds here. Now, if you're just starting out or if you haven't closed a couple loans recently, no problem. You can start as a loan officer, 150 basis points on conventional non-QM, 1.5% is the commission there. And if you take a company lead while you're getting ready, no problem, 75 basis points on any company leads, that's 0.75%. So we'll team you up with a sales manager, team leader, and everybody else to support you to help you get your first few files done. Still have access to all of the lenders and investors, 120 plus lenders, investors, non-del broker, all that great stuff. Still get access to all the lead generating website, all the stuff everybody gets. We have our Calvin AI loan officer assistant. Unlimited leads, Kyle will show you here in a second. And again, if you're ever inexperienced or maybe don't have the license yet, click that button. You can still earn 75 basis points working with a senior loan officer. And we are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes and 21 additional states because you do 44 total. You can do those without necessarily having to get licensed for business purpose loans. So great opportunity to expand here. So if you're already up and running and experienced, you can apply as a senior loan officer, just click the button. Or if you're just getting started or maybe just getting back into it, just click here to apply as a loan officer. We'll team you up with a team leader that can help you on your first few files there. So that's how the structure there works. So let's pass it over to Kyle, who can actually show some of the back end of the CRM and the systems that we have.
All right, thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so just a real quick demo here of the CRM to show you some of the features. So this is our CRM, just like any other CRM where you can, send your text, your emails, the history piles up here. You can also click a button here for our AI assistant to craft your text and emails for you, which is pretty cool with the click of a button. And of course, set reminders for yourself. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically text and email them on your behalf over time. All that kind of good stuff that any other CRM does, right? But what really starts to set our system apart is our quoting system. So with just a couple pieces of info here, you can fill in without having to pull credit or anything. And you can press one button to pull all the rates from our different investors and select the rates you want to send to your client from which investor. And they get a nice, pretty quote within minutes that looks like this, where they can see their different rate choices you gave them. They can scroll over these things to see what they mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically of the property. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically of the property. The proposed loan info here does the automatic breakdown of the taxes and insurance and the estimated lender fees here, and then has you as the loan originator. And then you can also add your realtor here on a profile so that your realtor is attached to the quote as well. So your realtor partners love that because they know that not only can you send their client a quote within a few minutes, but you're going to attach them to the quote and keep them in front of their client and keep them involved in the situation there. So the coolest part about this is that your client can then click Start My Loan Application. Now, when they click Start My Loan Application, it takes them right to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they can start their application right here and fill it out, their 1003 right here in our system without leaving the page. It's going to request the basic documents we're going to need from them. They can see their loan info here. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at, and it's going to update automatically as you go through the system, right? So everything is here for them on their borrower portal. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end once they've submitted their application. So if this client submitted their application, notice it says 100% complete here. What we do is we pull credit instantly and automatically when they submit. We pay for it up front so the client doesn't have to pay for it. And that way we pull the credit so that when you pull this up here and you open our Encompass API after the client has submitted their application, all the info from the 1003 is in here. The credit is already pulled and it's already in here. The liabilities are already in here. So everything is already imported into here when you pull it up. Now, I do want to point out real quick, a lot of you, especially if you're used to Encompass, you're probably used to these screens. But I just want to point out here, as Nick mentioned earlier, our dual automated underwriting here. We can click one button to order the automated underwriting from Fannie and Freddie, but also our AI is going to lay them out side by side, compare them, and give you tips on which one is best for your situation. So, not only do we have the dual auth, but we have the AI analyze it for you there as well. So now, once you're actually in underwriting and the loan is moving through the process, if we scroll down here, you'll see that actually the conditions are right here in this same system, right? So you're able to upload documents to fulfill the conditions, whether it's you or your processor. You're able to dispute conditions and kick them back to the underwriter. So everything is done here. So you see everything is in one system from start to finish. And that's how we take somebody from being just a name, email, phone number to contacting them in the CRM, quoting them in our system, collecting their 1003, pulling their credit instantly, collecting all their documents, fulfilling their conditions. Every single thing happens here within this one system with one login for you and one login for your client. So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So there's a few different ways that we provide you leads and provide you ways to work leads in our system. First and foremost, we send you leads from our ad campaigns. So as Nick said, we're from the advertising world before we got into mortgages. So it's something that we specialize in. So we're going to be running ad campaigns and you're going to be getting texts every day. When somebody clicks on our ad campaign, they double opt in to be contacted about that loan type for the ad that they clicked on. You get a text message instantly. You're able to claim that lead and give them a call. The whole thing is we always call a lead within the first minute. So let me just show you like a little snapshot here of some text messages coming into my test account here over a couple of hours. Notice these different types of leads. We've got business purpose, DSCR leads, some general purchase leads, all kinds of different leads coming in here. So that's what's going to happen on a daily basis. All day, you're going to be getting text messages from those, those are the hot leads that are coming in, right? Now, another way to work leads in our system that we provide you is our auto dialer. So just like any other CRM and auto dialer, you can call 300-400 people in a day. You can press one button to drop automated text and emails to them and move right on to the next call. So you can, get a lot done there in a day with the auto dialer. Not only do we provide you with the dialer, we put the leads in there for you. So notice we have for national DSCR leads in here. We have all these different types of leads in here. And these are all opted in leads for the most part. And then if you run out of those, then we also have cold call lists. So basically we have thousands of calls in here at all times for you to use the auto dialer, call hundreds of people in a day when you want to come in, put in some work and generate some new business. Now, another way that we provide you to work leads in our system is that you can actually purchase your own leads. So we're going to give you leads for no upfront cost on a lead split, right? So when you close the loan, as Nick said earlier on the comp plan, there's a lead split. Now, if you want to purchase the lead upfront and pay for the campaign, there is no lead split on the back end, right? So if you want to boost your pipeline even more with even more leads and not have to pay a lead split on the back end, you can do so by paying for the ad campaign, right? So we have a bunch of different campaigns here, but essentially it's the same leads we're giving you, right? The same ad campaigns that we are running, right? That we've proven out, that we know work, that we're buying all the time. We just put your budget on that same campaign. So again, those leads are just going to go to you and there's going to be no split on the back end. So we're going to give you leads all day on a lead split, but you can also increase your pipeline even more with deals that you won't have to pay a lead split on the back end because they're your lead that you purchased on the front end. Now, another way to work leads here in our system is that you can import leads. So maybe you already purchased leads from somewhere else, from Zillow or Free Rate Update or Lending Tree or something like that. If you have another lead source that you already use, you can use the webhook here that we provide you to bring them into our CRM instantly and automatically from wherever else you're getting them. So as soon as they come in from Zillow, it instantly goes into our CRM. You instantly get the text from our CRM, just like any other lead that we give you. That way you can call them and quote them and everything in our system, right? So you can automate that process of bringing them into our CRM from wherever else you're purchasing leads. So essentially, any way there is to work leads, we have built into our system here for you. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jose here. Jose is our sales manager here with 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor. So we'll have him talk a little bit about how this all comes together to actually close more loans. So go ahead, Jose.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Definitely, we are here to support you because you've heard about the great technology, the lead system. It's going to be happening really fast, coming at you, and you got to be able to respond because speed to the lead is combined with great service price technology is what's going to get you the deal. So we're here to support you. Make sure that you can connect all the dots, not spin your wheels. You heard Nick mention a team leader, Zoom room. Those are just two of the support structures we have, because as soon as you get that lead submits a loan application, should I say, right? You're going to get an email. Your team leader is going to get an email. Everybody's going to be alerted that you just got a loan application. And there's a link right on there. On that email you get where you can book the meeting with your team leader's Calendly. Your team leader and admin staff is also going to be sending you some emails with some quick tips on that loan to get you started and get you ready for your structure meeting, which you're going to have with your team leader within 24 hours of receiving that loan application. So you'll get an initial email, breaking it down for you a little bit, and then you get ready for your structure meeting. Get that done. Let's go over what you think it is. What's it going to be? Is it going to be bank statement, P&L, DSCR? What are we talking about here? Which are the best options to submit? Let's check some guidelines and get you going so that then your loan is ready to disclose within 3 days, which is the requirement for TRID. So a lot of support that's going to be coming at you. We're here to help you in these matters, especially if you get that leads plan, right? You get that complex lead and you book your structure meeting like one of our MLOs did, and it ended up being a borrower that was denied by another lender trying to force the issue, right? Like I say, trying to put the square peg through the round hole, and they got denied. They went full doc, and this was not a full doc borrower, but definitely was a viable borrower for one of the many loan products that we have. So when we did have our structure meeting, we reviewed the bank statements, realized that not only was full doc not an option, but the bank statement option wasn't going to be an option, but we do have the profit and loss option, which is a great workaround for when the bank statement loan just doesn't add up. In this case, the borrower had like 5 deposits in the whole year, 300 grand per deposit, and did not really have the documentation needed to document the large deposits as business related income, even though it was, did a lot of movement around with stuff. And he said, you know what, I can provide the P&Ls for the income. So did work with his accountant for what we needed. And we were able to, again, multiple structure meetings. We had a couple more meetings, the MLO and I did. She was able to close that loan within 3 weeks and 2 days, on top of needing an appraisal transfer. So not only did the borrower say, here's my denied loan, I want to close on this beautiful property, but I need you to use the appraisal from the prior lender, which we were able to get that done 3 weeks and 2 days. It was $1,056,000 loan, 85% LTV, P&L. It was a win-win-win situation for all parties. So that's just one example, and there's many more like that where the MLO comes in, knows that they have a deal, but time is of the essence, especially in replying to these leads with viable options that are relevant to their needs and their objective, and we were able to get it done. And that's the kind of support that we're going to give you with your team leaders, with the Zoom room that's staffed by our different processors, with the loan structure room, which is where I'm at. After you meet with your team leader, you need some extra support, I'm here to assist and try to get help get those deals to the finish line. So looking forward to helping all of you at the mortgage calculator with your deals.
All right, thank you, Jose. Okay, let's go ahead and go over the next steps real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Nick will go ahead, if you can put the link in the chat there, Nick, for people to sign up. It's pretty simple. It's themortgagecalculator.com/join. And you'll see here, as Nick pointed out, there's 2 plans. So if you are eligible for the senior loan officer plan, go ahead and sign up for that from the start. That would mean that you've closed at least 6 loans in the last 12 months. Essentially, you're an active producing loan officer, right? If not, maybe you're new, maybe you're just getting back into it, maybe you haven't had that amount of production, you're going to sign up as a loan officer. And then once you have that amount of production, you can go ahead and upgrade here. So go ahead and sign up for the plan that's applicable to you. What's going to happen is it's going to take you right, to fill out some information, and then it's going to take you right to sign the compensation agreement. Now, don't worry, it's going to email you a copy as well, so you don't have to sign it right then. Take your time. But once you do sign that initial compensation agreement, that's what kicks off the next steps in the process. We will reach out to you to get your documents and sponsor your license and all that kind of good stuff. So first step is to sign up for the plan that's applicable, fill out the info, and then once you sign that initial compensation agreement, we will reach out with the next steps. So with that being said, Nick, let's go ahead and stop recording and we will go ahead and open it up to questions.